Hi, this is DH Dunn, and I'm back with more Rogue Trader. We're going to get back into it. I think we were right about in our first real fight. Maybe it isn't even our first real fight. I don't know. Oh, I should have had the build guide up. I'll have to bring that up. I hope everyone is doing well today, and thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. Okay, you've been ambushed. The battle begins. Start the battle. We have Theodora, Abelard, Mort, and Tarn. I'm a little nervous for Mort because he doesn't get a portrait or a Mortrait. All right, what do we have in range here? We've got a lot of dudes, but do they have... Can I right-click on them? No. Can I look at them here? 9 health. 9 health, 7 health, 9 health, 7 health, and then like we've got 24. She's got 205. Abelard's got 39, and Mort has 226. I'm less worried about Mort now. Let's start with Theodora. Start the battle. All right, Theodora. Oh, I don't control you very well. She just straight up killed 3 guys. Okay, I'm not controlling any of these guys. Like, holy cow. Holy cow, that's fantastic. I love how that worked. That was great. Okay, Abelard could straight up die. Alright, use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind is marked with a shield, or a shield with a skull. When standing close to them, the character will automatically take up an advantageous position. In this case, the chance that enemy attacks will hit cover and not the character behind them increases. The character will not receive a bonus if attacked from a side not protected by the current cover. So, XCOM rules. So this would be good cover. This would be probably half cover. Abelard himself is no cover. No cover over here. Now, I should be melee focused. What I don't know is what is the range on this gun? Effective distance, max distance, cost 1 HP. Can we expand this? 1 creature with a 12 cell radius. So if we go here, yeah, there's going to be people in range. Oh, it even tells me. Okay, you can still hit that guy. All right, so move here.
1 step ahead.
And then we're going to grab the old pistol shot. We got a 90% chance to hit. Hey, all right. We didn't embarrass ourselves. Very cool. Spacebar to end the turn. All right, I'm into it, man. I'm into it. Look out. Nice dodge.
I bring ruin.
Was that her? Was that just one of the heretic stuff? Holy cow, she's freaking nuts. Forget Tarn and Abelard. I want her on my team.
Follow my lead.
And Mort. Melt a scorching.
Death to the weak.
Now, Abelard, you are kind of hurt, though, dude, but he doesn't seem to care. Your character's received a temporary positive effect from an ally. Such effects enhance your character's capabilities in combat in some way. To learn more about the effect you've gained, hover your cursor over the effects icon next to your character's portrait. Got it. So we gained... Kill them. Press to expand. All right. We gained Kill them from Theodora as 50 plus 50 ballistic skill till the end of combat. Okay, nice. Now, is there anybody else? This guy's in range. Can I shoot him? You would think line of sight would be blocked by this. And I think it is because I'm not getting a percentage attack. Possibly, but this is cover. And there's nobody over there really for me to worry about. I think I should be fine. Camera, work with me here, please. We go over here and grab this.
No foe too great.
I love his hat. And am I still blocked? Oh no, I just didn't have the attack up. Oh, that was my mistake. Okay, 36% does not seem good. We take it anyway. We missed that. That's all right. It's all right. He missed me too.
Emperor, protect me. That's gotta hurt.
And really, why do we even need to do anything? She's amazing. Oh, good timing, guys.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Okay. Mort, alternate option, Mort, join me. Be on my
Didn't bat
team.
an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
She looks at the Vox in her hand. All you can hear is lifeless static. What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Okay. Find the Arch-Militant. Okay. Oh, and here's our journal. The officer's deck is under attack by an unknown enemy, so the Arch-Militant Mort has left to clear the way to the lift leading to the upper decks. The officer has not returned yet, so it is time to find out the cause of the delay. Let's roll. No looting? I'm not seeing looting as a thing. So, okay. And we will just head out. Everybody healed up? Yeah, or Tarn healed up. I don't think he got hit.
Let's see this through.
Is this not the way? I thought this is the way I saw him run. This does not appear to be the way. Unless we have to manipulate this elevator. No. Okay. Alright. M for map? Alright, well, you know what? We'll find you, Mort. I know you're around here somewhere.
Let's seize the moment.
Whoa. Hello. Are we not going to be in that fight? We're not part of this? What's going on here? The heretic's body is riddled with holes. This improvised single shotgun lies smoking in his hand. Well, can I have it? No. No, you cannot. Okay. There's Mort. It's very pretty. I'm really, really digging the prettiness of it.
Thank Providence
Hey,
you're
it's this
alive
guy.
and well.
Conrad.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done.
How come Mort doesn't
You
get a
can set your
portrait?
chrono by it.
What did you do wrong, Mort?
Mort, pull yourself together.
Should get a Mortrait.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Mort pulls this box from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck.
Yeah,
and
seems
my
like you should have known about
Arch-Militant just
this,
destroyed several
Whisper
more
Boy.
heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance.
I mean,
Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
certainly if I was going to take over a ship, you start with engineering. Like, that's the most important part of the ship. Mutiny who would attempt a mutiny against the Emperor's anointed, execute the traitors. We must provide immediate assistance to those on the middle decks. Perhaps we might stop this wave from spreading. This is indeed is Who would attempt a mutiny, I think, is my choice.
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have
Yeah, but
tainted
this
any
is a
one of them.
lot of people.
It is a difficult notion to accept, but such
This is
risks
organized.
are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-militant.
All the subtle
and
jabs
taking into
is great.
consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
Let's see, in here, whatever state. Hear and obey.
Then move out! Mort, come.
We've got to find your portrait. It really bothers me that Mort does not get a portrait. Maybe there's a reason for it. Alright, Garrick.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I have probably more important here. You can probably in front of me. You better not fail me. Lord Captain made it clear. Relying on you is fraught with risk. I'll be fine. Lead on.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs.
Ah,
But that
yeah,
is no
him. I
longer
forgot.
relevant.
That's right. He's got beef, man. I'm not sure I trust him. Something hits you hard with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. I knew it. I smell a rat. It's time to fulfill it. Oh, whoa, did I just lose? Issue 2, game over. It's always the obvious ones. Hey.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see.
Void.
Delightful.
Void to very you two-faced scum.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze.
Well, don't you have the
it
same
out
blood
of
as me? Aren't you also
myself.
an heir?
We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora
yep.
all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade.
I guess he's been
Only one
kicked out of the
obstacle
heir
remains
program in
on
the...
my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel.
The Sentinel knows that, I
An ancient
guess.
device that will only open the door to a true
Oh,
heir
it's
of
covered.
dynasty.
Look at that. My
I
question is
expected to do
covered.
this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel? I'm so glad that that's covered by a question.
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind.
Oh, wow.
Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Right, so it looks like I've succeeded on a coercion check. What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy? You sordid, wretched piece of grok shit. That's awesome. I'm definitely saying that.
Wretched.
Wretched.
What do you know about wretchedness? Theodorus Kerr. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot.
Oh, wow.
I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Von Valancius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Wow. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous as your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voices in your heads. I'll do as you require. Enough threats. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the right choice is here. I'm not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gate looming in the center of the chamber. You were wounded by a corrupted weapon which led to a warped entity invading your mind. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike passive tests, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select this option. The consequences will depend on whether the result of the associated test. Okay, so I can try. I got a 100% chance to examine the device. Let's go. You carefully inspect the design of the cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. A lot of things to trick my pronunciation here. Gain 5 XP. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With a screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voigtiver wounded you with his blade did not go away. To the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. I'm going to look for anything that can be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Wow, they use rebar? I will examine the sentinel. Did I see this already? No. Servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of this Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. I'll look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Have been given no other option. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall onto the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend that none of this had ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whatever it is, you can clearly hear every word. I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Nice. Whoa! Sweet. Whoa! Holy shit!
There is still another way.
Whoa. Wow. Okay, the warrant chamber has opened its doors for the Dynasty heir. It's time to make sure the sacred warrant of trade is safe. All right. We'll let Voitiger
Onward to
take
victory.
a walk, I guess. We'll head here. This is it. Wow, it's huge. So cool. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade. I couldn't read it all in time. To walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost. To triumph over the nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Hello? This is the little skull guy. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me? I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The servo skull goes silent, its relays clicking. Second after second passes, and you realize the servo skull will not answer you. What is happening here? Who are you?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel.
Obnubilation. That's the word of the day, is obnubilation. That's a good one. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel. So this is like the sacred relic document that confirms the preeminent rights of Rogue Trader. Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the Rogue Trader's subjects.
Okay.
Mobile unit standing by.
Let's see if we can contact Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Okay, cool.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached.
Oh, wow.
Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
All right, lead me from here, please.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay, so it wants to know that the warrant of trade is safe before it'll lead me out of here. As the game story unfolds, you'll see notifications at the top of the screen indicating the status of your current objective has been updated and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J or clicking L and B on the notification at the top of the screen. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your character on their journey. The quest tab tracks the progress of the main story. Here you can find information about any quests you have accepted and their current status. Use the journal to help yourself understand where to go in the next steps of your adventure. I have already been doing that. The rumors and contract section also contains important information, but you will learn more about them later. Okay. So you want me... No one must reach the warrant. A simple order to the Sentinel Cogitator will lock this chamber. Alright, so do we tell it to... Not to the Vox Skull.
Venture forth.
We gotta go to this thing. Seal the chamber. Look at that. Oops. Hi, guys. Oh, no.
Run, fools, or fall.
Ooh. Fantastic. Abelard.
Master. Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Seneschal Abelard Warsurian has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating, and one of the sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm, and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. Conrad Voidiger's a traitor. We parted ways to the officer's deck. He stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
Very clearly what I said. He is intending to take revenge on Theodora for something, and is trying to reach the warrant is somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And,
Unquestionably.
Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
I love it. I love how formal he is. Unquestionably.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized.
Yeah, they had the man on the
His order
inside.
to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
What is that up there? I can't move the camera to see it.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Axe, auto pistol, black chestplate, and medikit. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within one round. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. When the character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have been passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. Fresh injury can be healed using a medikit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medikit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a medikit skill test to succeed. That's a cool system. Use medikits to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Once the combat is over, the wounds on all party members are replenished automatically. So wounds sounds like his HP. But any injuries they may have sustained, those can be healed with a medikit. Medikits can only be used by characters with a field medic ability, feature base skill Medicaid, or have taken Medicaid skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medikit in battle, a Medicaid skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Click left mouse button on Abelard's portrait, select the medikit on the panel on the bottom left of the screen, and then use it on your character. Abelard needs to be standing right next to your character to administer the treatment. You've got new items. All items added to your inventory. You can open it by pressing I or clicking the bag icon on the right side of the screen. On the inventory screen, weapons, armor, and other items can be equipped or interacted with in other ways. Medikits can be used to heal wounds and injuries. Okay, first off, then, we click on Abelard.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
And then we're going to click on the medikit, and we're going to click on Tarn.
Let's patch you up.
I will find a way to repay you.
Okay. Now, let's switch over to Tarn.
I forge my own success.
To equip new weapons and armor, open the inventory from I and double-click LMB on the item. Alternatively, you can hold LMB and drag the item to the right slot. To view the parameters of an item, hover your cursor over its icon and wait for the information window to appear. Another way to view details about your item is to click RMB on its icon. All of that sounds very intuitive. You can switch between party members using the arrows at the top of the screen or by clicking left mouse button on a character's portrait. Item descriptions contain comparisons with any corresponding items already equipped, also great. So, right now, doesn't have anything equipped here. This is the one-handed melee weapon, light. Axe does 5 to 7 with 15% armor penetration and 2 bleeding damage. So we will, I think if we just double click, it'll go where it needs to go. Hey.
Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
No, I have more things to put on.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Okay.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming.
Yeah.
These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
I did hear Lord Captain Theodora's voxcast.
Lady Theodora's.
Okay, sorry.
Which one?
I tried.
The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message, specifically a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
Yeah, I think the Warren Sentinel must have sent that because I did ask for help.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort.
Well, see, I got main character energy, though, so...
The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I got nothing, man. What can we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
There's a Stephen King short story from a long time ago. I can't remember the name of it. Where it's the same kind of concept, because I'm grooving on how dangerous the warp is and how it's not like Star Trek where like, well, we just go warp 7 and it's fine and, you know, it's just like super fast. Here, you're kind of transiting through an area you're never supposed to be, and your brain and everything can't handle it. And that Stephen King story had that idea that, like, they had to put everybody to sleep before they would do the warp transit because they'd lose their minds if they were awake during it. So this is really, really cool. What's gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war.
Yeah.
Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario.
Yeah.
But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
All right, lead the way.
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
Let us invoke contraction.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve
This guy is
to
so
fight
into
in her
it.
subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Bully for you, sir. You know what? But I wanted to finish equipping things.
The Emperor is with us.
Let the blood flow.
Combat begins with a tactical phase in which characters cannot attack or take other actions, but may try to take up advantageous positions. Select a character by clicking left mouse button on their portrait at the top of the screen. Click left mouse button on the cell you want the character to move to. Red cells are areas inaccessible to the character. During the tactical phase, each character in the party may move up their maximum movement points, but cannot position themselves adjacent to an enemy. Less space to start the battle. What I am going to do is put in a cut here. I think this is a good point to stop. I am having an absolute blast with this. The atmosphere in the world is like a good 50% of it, and it's way more than I thought it would be. I bounced off this the first time. I don't remember any of this. I think I got maybe an hour in, so maybe I didn't even get to this part. But I'm having a great time with it. Now, this is a lot of guys we've got to fight, so hopefully we'll be all right. But I'll be back soon with more Rogue Trader, and if you could give us the like, comment, subscribe. We're a teeny tiny channel, and that really does help. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.